Before we begin, I want to say this gently, not as a demand, not as a pitch, but if this podcast has supported you, if you keep finding yourself coming back, if something in your body settles when you listen, make sure you're following, subscribing, or saved wherever you're listening, not because of algorithms, but because this work builds over time. This season is designed to be listened to in a sequence. It's meant to layer, to repeat, to rewire. And staying connected matters for that. Now, let's arrive properly. Take a slow breath in through your nose and a long breath out through your mouth. Welcome to the Sacred Shit Show. This is season 4, and this season is called Sacred Living. And today we're speaking directly to something almost everyone is quietly carrying: overstimulation. Overstimulation isn't traumatic, it's subtle. The constant notifications, the background noise, the artificial lighting, multiple tabs open, conversations layered over conversations, never fully finishing a thought before starting another. Your nervous system was not designed for constant input, but modern life delivers it relentlessly. And most people are trying to meditate their way out of a lifestyle that keeps them dysregulated. Sacred living is not about escaping the world. It's about building steadiness inside it. There is a quiet shame around overstimulation. I should be able to cope. Everyone else seems fine. I'm just sensitive. Sensitivity is nervous system intelligence. If your system is overwhelmed, that is not weakness. It is feedback. Overstimulation can feel like irritability, brain fog, snapping quickly, shutting down, doom scrolling without stopping, needing silence but not being able to find it. And instead of adjusting input, most people criticize themselves. But sacred living means adjusting input, not attacking yourself. When input exceeds capacity, cortisol rises, adrenaline lingers, muscles stay slightly contracted, and breathing becomes shallow. You don't feel it all at once, it accumulates, which means you can be fine all day and collapse at night, or snap at someone you love, or feel like your thoughts are racing and empty all at the same time. Your nervous system is not broken, it's overloaded. Before we go deeper, I want to pause here, because we're talking about building steadiness in an overstimulated world. And that isn't something you solve in a single episode. It reshapes over time. So I'll take a brief pause here, and then we will continue.
Dear listener, it's me, Herbal Moonbeam, guardian of the green, listener to the wisdom that lives in bodies, and your gentle guide here at the Strange Apothecary. While our host steps away to tend her tea, let me settle beside you for a moment. Have you felt it lately? That deep, steady fatigue that rest alone doesn't touch. The sense that your body has slowed the pace, not because you failed, but because it needed safety more than speed. When the body hits the brakes, it isn't rebellion, it's intelligence. And that low hum inside you, the one whispering there must be another way to live, isn't dissatisfaction, it's memory. This is where the Sacred Portal opens. The Sacred Portal is a 6-month group-held multidimensional healing journey for those who are done trying to heal in isolation and done being told they should already be over it. Together, over 6 months, we move slowly and deliberately through the 5 layers that shape your lived experience: body, mind, energy, soul, and spirit. not to ascend out of life, but to finally feel safe inside it. Inside the portal, there is no fixing, no pressure to perform healing the right way, no bypassing the body in favour of insight. Instead, we work with somatic rituals that teach your nervous system it no longer has to stay on guard, subconscious patterning that softens survival without ripping it away, energy work that clears what never belonged to you, and soul remembrance that doesn't hype you up, it settles you back into. This container is held as one group, one path, one shared rhythm. Because healing doesn't happen through hierarchy, it happens through safety, witnessing, and regulation in relationship. The sacred portal isn't for those chasing a better version of themselves, it's for those ready to stop leaving themselves behind. The portal is now open for enrolment, one path, one group, 6 months of being held in a way most systems never taught you was possible. And because we honour the land that carries us, every enrolment plants a tree, rooting your healing into something living. And so if your body feels quieter as you listen, if something in you has softened instead of tensed, that's not coincidence. You already recognise this pace. Visit thesacredportal.co.uk or follow the link waiting for you in the show notes. The Sacred Portal. You were never broken, your system was protecting you. Now then, sweet soul, my wings are beginning to shimmer, which means it's time to drift gently back into your journey.
Let's come back. Take a slow breath in and a longer breath out. We are speaking about overload. So let's move into what centered actually means. Centered does not mean calm. Centered means regulated. But here's something we rarely say out loud. Many of us are addicted to stimulation. Not because we're weak, but because stimulation temporarily overrides internal discomfort. Constant noise prevents stillness. Scrolling prevents feelings. Busyness prevents grief. Overworking prevents emptiness. Overstimulation can feel productive. It can feel alive. It can feel powerful. But underneath it is often avoidance. When your nervous system has been living in fight or flight for years, silence can feel unsafe. Stillness can feel threatening. And so we keep input coming. Sacred living asks something radical. Can you tolerate less? Overstimulation is rarely one dramatic event. It's micro-stress accumulation. 47 notifications, 3 unfinished conversations, background television, bright overhead lighting, emails sitting unanswered, a messy surface in your peripheral vision, or multitasking whilst eating. Each of these alone is manageable. Together, they are loud. The nervous system does not categorize stress by importance. It categorizes by intensity and volume. And when the volume is high, regulation drops. You might not feel panicked, but you might feel thin, reactive, foggy, impatient, exhausted but wired. That is cumulative overstimulation. There is a cultural badge of honour around coping. I'm busy, I'm slammed, I'm juggling everything. But coping is not thriving. Coping is bracing, and bracing becomes baseline. You can live years braced, but your body pays the price. Sacred living is not about coping better. It is about reducing the need to brace. So when you're overstimulated long term, your jaw tightens, your shoulders lift, your breathing shortens, Your digestion weakens, your sleep fragments, and your tolerance drops. You become less patient, less creative, less intuitive, not because you're failing, because your system is saturated. Centered living requires saturation awareness. Let's go deeper into digital overstimulation, because the human nervous system evolved reading one environment, one social gap, one emotional tone at a time. Now, in 15 minutes, you may experience war, celebration, anger, grief, success, comparison, outrage, inspiration. Your body does not distinguish between mine and theirs. It responds. Each emotional cue activates micro responses. And you do not discharge them, you accumulate them. That accumulation feels like anxiety, but is often unresolved activation. Centered is not a personality trait. It is a skill, and a skill that requires repetition. You build center by pausing before responding, finishing one task before opening another, eating without a screen, stepping outside for 2 minutes of silence, closing tabs deliberately. This is not aesthetic minimalism. It is nervous system hygiene. Because you cannot remove the modern world, but you can buffer it. And buffering might look like warm lamps instead of overhead lighting, white space on surfaces, predictable end-of-day routines, noise boundaries, time batching conversations, and scheduling in nothing. Buffering is not laziness. It is capacity preservation. But the high-capacity nervous systems, like entrepreneurs, parents, leaders, caregivers, you can hold a lot. But that does not mean that you should hold everything. High-capacity people live permanently at 80%, and they think it is normal. It is not. Center requires margin, and margin is sacred. If you grew up in chaos, silence may feel unfamiliar. If you grew up hypervigilant, constant input feels normal. Overstimulation can mimic childhood familiarity. So when you try to reduce input, your body resists. Not because it's wrong, because it is patterned. Sacred living sometimes feels boring at first. That boredom is detox from chaos. So let's slow this down and get deep into the body. Sit upright, spine straight, both feet firmly on the ground, hands resting somewhere supported. Take a slow inhale through the nose and out through the mouth. Now notice, where is the loudest sensation in your body? Your forehead, your chest, your stomach, maybe your jaw. We're not fixing anything, we're just noticing. Now imagine turning the volume down 5%. Not eliminating it, reducing it slightly. This is center. Not dramatic calm, a micro adjustment. Now let's talk about evenings, because evenings matter. If you consume high stimulation late, your nervous system does not descend properly. Centering practices at night might include no intense conversations after a certain hour, dimming lights, slower speech, quieter music, journaling to discharge your cognitive load. Sacred living is rhythm, not intensity. Because the nervous system's baseline shifts slowly. You cannot detox stimulation in one weekend, but you can reduce 5%, then 10%, then 15%, and over weeks, your tolerance improves, your reactivity drops, your clarity returns. Because sacred living is cumulative. In an overstimulated world, the person who can regulate becomes rare. That steadiness influences rooms. Children soften, teams stabilize, partners breathe deeper. You do not need to dominate chaos. You need to remain steady within it. If you are recognizing how deeply overstimulation has shaped you, inside the Sacred Shit Show membership, we build daily micro-regulation, small resets, predictable grounding, community rhythm. Not more content, not more overwhelm. Structure that reduces stimulation rather than adding to it. You will find the link wherever you are listening. This is not about becoming calmer. It's about becoming sustainable. And tomorrow's imprint will focus specifically on lowering collumative activation, reducing sensory saturation, restoring internal rhythm, and building safe repetition. Let it play whilst you work, whilst you cook, whilst you wind down. This episode was awareness. The imprint will be recalibration. So take one final slow breath. You do not need to keep matching the world's speed. You are allowed to move at a regulated pace. And I'll see you tomorrow.